Buongiorno everyone, and welcome back to Indulge with Sophie. Today we are going to dive into a classic Italian dish, the Caprese Salad. So first I'm going to show you what ingredients that we need. Of course, extra virgin olive oil. You can get balsamic vinegar, however I prefer balsamic glaze. We're going to have some salt and pepper just to give it a little flavor, some fresh basil leaves, some mozzarella, and some fresh ripe tomatoes. So first thing we're going to do is start slicing our tomatoes nice and evenly and beautifully. You want it to be just enough bite, but not too much, not too thick. So it's funny, like I'm originally from England, and even though I speak English, in my head sometimes I'm like, how do you say this word? So sometimes it'll come out tomatoes, sometimes it'll come out tomatoes, but either way I'm like, is that wrong or is that right? So I'm just going to move these over, but in a little bit we're going to place it beautifully. So I actually really love this salad. It's so quick and easy to make, and it's so healthy, so fresh. It's something nice and cold and delicious, and you can literally make it in minutes. Plus, it plates beautifully, so it looks like you've done a whole lot of work, when really you just chopped a few things, drizzled a little bit, and you're good to go. All right, now I've got the mozzarella balls. I really needed the larger ones, however, I got the smaller ones on accident. So you typically have a slice of the mozzarella that's the same size as the tomato, but today we're going to have to improvise. So make sure you check on the size of your balls, okay? So yeah, just like a slice like this, about a centimeter wide. Gorgeous. So I'm just going to sit it to the side, and then we can plate everything beautifully. So I wore this dress to give like Italian away at this beautiful old Italian home, making this meal for my loved ones. But how do you feel? Are we catching the vibe? So now we're going to get our basil leaves ready, and we're going to layer it like we would a cake, kind of. We're gonna do the mozzarella, tomatoes, basil, mozzarella, you know. So let me just start with this. And put some basil leaves in between. And what really, maybe I'll do it this way. What makes like cooking fun to me is being able to be creative and playful. And I feel like with this dish, you're able to do both. Look how pretty that looks already. So fun. And like I said, it looks like you've done a whole lot, but really you just chopped a couple things and then plated it, and it looks absolutely stunning and very elegant. So when I finally am allowed to travel across figures, this year will be the year, I really want to go to Italy, and I just want to go to one of those places where it's like someone's grandma's home, she's converted into a restaurant, and she's been working on that sauce all day, and like she treats you like her child, and she's like, no, you eat with the fork, you know, like even though you're an adult, and everything tastes absolutely delicious. That's my dream. I just want to taste the world. Okay, look how pretty that looks so far. Yay. And then with the rest, you can just make your own plate. This could be for your guests. And next, You could do about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You know, I didn't realize that you could have extra virgin olive oil by itself until my friend told me. You know, in other countries they do, and it's so healthy. It actually helps reduce bad cholesterol, help lower blood pressure, and there's actually a recent study, I think 2020, that said half a tablespoon of olive oil every day may lower heart disease. So you just drizzle a little bit of this, not cooked, on your food, and you're just already getting the health benefits, and it's super delicious too. So I'm literally just gonna drizzle. You would think that it would be greasy and it would be nasty, but there's just this essence in olive oil that the other oils don't have. And it makes things taste so delicious. Gives that savoriness without being overpowering. And like I said, you're getting the health benefits as well. I am going to add a little bit of salt and pepper quickly. If you want to skip this, you can. However, I like it gives a little extra it's like putting sparkles on a painting, I don't know. A little extra pizzazz. A slight bit of salt. I have sea salt, however, I usually prefer using Celtic salt. Okay, we're gonna add our salt. Now don't go crazy with this. This is just a little extra. Ooh, and I love how these are like chunky pieces of sea salt. It just makes it give that luxurious look to it, as though you're in a Michelin restaurant. But no, surprise, surprise. We're at home, being fancy. So then we're gonna get our balsamic glaze. Like I said, you can use the vinegar, though the vinegar is a lot more runny. This is like a vinegar that's being caramelized. I'm not sure if they add sugar, you know, but it makes it thicker, and it's like a sticky glaze. But it just looks gorgeous. So you're just gonna get your artsy vibes on and just drizzle it back and forth. You don't want to overdo it, but you do want to make sure that each tomato gets a nice amount of the balsamic glaze. So with every bite, everyone's getting a nice bite of mozzarella, tomato, olive oil, basil. Yeah. So here we are. We have completed this gorgeous, stunning, classic Italian dish. And look, we barely did anything. And it looks like we've been to culinary school. Almost. All right, even though I do not want to disturb and disrupt this gorgeous masterpiece, it is time to dive in and take a bite. Ooh. Now I'm trying to be a lady and use a knife and fork. However, I just want to pick this whole leaf up and tomato and just, I don't know. Ready? Let's see how it is. So, what am I going to do? Make sure that when you get your tomatoes, you want to make sure they have a nice firmness to them, because they have that nice, crisp, yet juicy bite. When you bite into the tomatoes, you got the thick, creamy savoriness of the mozzarella, and then you've got the fresh, aromatic basil. And then once you chew that, you're left with the savory olive oil, the zesty tanginess of the balsamic glaze. And it just feels so fresh and cool and going down. And it's not only healthy, it's guilt-free, you can have as much as you want. And it's beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me again on Indulge with Sophie. I had so much fun creating this special dish with you. And I'd love to see you make your own versions of this and let me know what your friends and loved ones thought of this. And again, thank you. And leave comments, likes, let me know what you'd like to see me make next time. And I'll see you next time on Indulge with Sophie.